Good morning and welcome to Wednesday Wellness. It's all about getting well, staying well, and being well. I challenge you today to get well soon. We are live for you on Vibe Talk Facing the Lion. I do know my podcast, And we're here with you talking about wellness. Today's inspiration is you owe yourself 1 hour a day of self-maintenance. That is what we're talking about today. That's the title of today's podcast. Now, we all love to take care of ourselves. Or do you? What's your thought on this? Good morning, Trish.
Good morning.
And we're talking about the self-maintenance. Did you guys know that there is a difference? When you self-care, you're acknowledging that you need to do it. Self-care, taking care of you. Self-maintenance is like a car, if you will. You buy a car that you really like, and how often are you going to polish and wash that car? And if I ask gentlemen, the gentleman here would say they're going to take care of it. They're going to keep up with the maintenance, the care of it. The key word here is keeping up with. How many of us are truly doing that? Keeping up with our maintenance. So inspiration is good morning and welcome to the program. And where are you listening from? What state, please and thank you. Self-maintenance includes reading, writing, exercise, dancing, meditation, painting, whatever you do, you owe it to yourself. Detroit, you are on Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. As you come in, today is Wednesday Wellness. This is our group all about mental and emotional health and how you're doing with yourself. If you like our program, here's what we want you to do today. Please go to our page that you see there at the bottom, Vibe Talk, and it's on Facebook, Instagram, and all social medias. You're doing good personally. Love to hear it. So it really matters when you spend 1 hour in your day of 24 hours that you have. 1 hour. What are you all doing to spend 1 hour a day? Trish? And audience members can answer that as well. What are you guys doing?
I usually listen to music for about an hour, just listen to music and dance to the music. That's what I do in an hour.
I love that. Our audience member says, talk with his girlfriend. Okay. Talk with your girlfriend. Okay. I'm usually a movie or a music listener. And I need to do that. And our audience member is a she. So she usually does that. Talks to her girlfriend. Okay. Thank you. What are you all thankful for this morning? Let's not forget that, because being thankful has a lot to do with our mental attitude. Our mental attitude. Thankful for waking up. I love that. And I am thankful for feeling much better yesterday. I was not feeling so well, and I got a good night's rest, and I'm feeling much better. So I'm very thankful for that. Trish, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for being safe because we had a uh, hazardous situation happen yesterday. A power line popped and it started a fire, but we are okay, thank
Oh
God.
my goodness. I am glad that you're okay. So now, if you guys are here for the first time today, please go to our YouTube page. What's the YouTube page, Trish? What's the name of it?
It's called the Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast.
Yes, please go and support that. We are always available as we stream our episodes. We're always available for you to do one-on-one group sessions, and currently setting up an in-person group in California is where I'm from. So what is self-maintenance and how does it work? What do you guys have that is self-maintenance? What do you have that you have to maintenance? Maintenance cars while other people maintenance the house. What do you all have that you consider needs to be taken care of? What do you have?
I would say my confidence, it needs self-maintenance. That's what I'd say.
Your confidence. So your confidence, and you say your friends, and you say uh, we're talking about ourselves, and so you take care of your friends. Well, what about you? We talked about what we spend an hour doing each day. We're here for you. Please look for us. And I keep saying that because we have new people today. Self maintenance is taking care of yourself, your appearance, and your body. How important do you guys think that is? To take care of yourself, your body, and your appearance. How important do you think that is today or to you? How important do you all think that is? It's
I think
very important. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it's very important, especially when I'm taking care of myself. I think it's very important because I'm a nurturing person. So if I'm not good, how can I make sure other people are good? So I feel like it's important to take care of myself.
Mm-hmm. And then when you look at your body and your appearance, it's important that we spend the time to be able to take care of ourselves and make sure that our own appearance is okay. Sometimes in life, people suffer from different illnesses, but you know, when you look really good and you don't feel good, that's a lot of effort. Uh, Our audience member says, I think I know a person on Spoons you would like. I want to, okay, refer them, refer them. Go, going ahead, how many days do you spend caring for yourself? Good morning and thank you for joining us. And Where are you listening in from? Self-maintenance is the ability to keep up your self-care. Did you guys hear that? Self-maintenance is the ability to keep up with yourself. Keeping up with yourself is the same as if you would keep up with your car, because if you don't keep up with the car and the maintenance, that car is eventually going to break down. It's going to break down. You know, you get a car, they say to you, keep the oil changes regularly, about every so many thousand miles. I think it's 3,000. Get your oil change. You do that to protect the body, the inside of the car, your engine. Your brain works like your engine does, and probably much smarter than a car, because your brain can retain so much. But if you're always retaining so much and never at a break, what do you think is going to happen? See, that's why it's important for you to take care of yourself. Self-awareness. That is the objection, or the object of our conversation today. To be aware of these things. To be aware that you are you and you are housed in your human engine, which is your body likened to that car. You know, people get new cars. I got a new used car. I need to maintenance it more often. Learning a new car and how to maintenance the outside. You know, we wash our cars the same as we would bathe our own selves. Many people are aware that they need to do these things, but what could stop them? When you have the ability to take care of yourself, what are you in actuality really doing? Finding time. When is it a good time for you to care for yourself? When do you find time to care for yourself? I'm going to have to say mine is in the morning. The morning, at night, sometimes I'm so tired, but the morning I'm refreshed. So I'm going to spend more time on getting me through my day. What about you, Trish?
I was going to say the morning as well. That's why I wake up so early, because nobody else is up and it's just me and myself. So that gives me time to be personal with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Now for me, it's just um, that it's morning, and I want to uh, be able to focus on me. I think morning is the best time for me. And did you know, for self-maintenance, the way I take care of myself is to be able to bathe. You know, uh, however you do it, it's important to do that. We all know that today is Wednesday Wellness. Um, if you don't necessarily like baths, showers are really good. You know, you feel better. Going back to the car, when we have cars, how many of you have noticed that your car, once you clean it up, do you notice that it drives better? How many of you have noticed that? And I want to hear from you, because I always think, wow, the car is clean. and it's driving better. Here's why. Because you've used it to go here, there, and everywhere, and you have taken out the time to wash it, vacuum it, and it has gotten rid of that. And Ray, good morning. Good morning, Ray. Ray is here with us today, and Ray says, yeah, it does. So we're going to talk about maintenance. Regular maintenance, corrective maintenance, and we're going to talk about why these are good. Regular maintenance. It's good for the mind, body, and soul. When we think about our constructive maintenance, thinking about how to do it. So, what kind of maintenance are you doing? When we think about maintenance, everybody has a period and time of keeping up with themselves. Good morning. Let us know, please, where you're from. We're talking about self-maintenance. When is it a good time for you all to self-maintenance, taking care of yourself? You know, we might look at our hair, our nails, and say, wow, I really need to get that clean, or ourselves and want better appearance. We recognize it, but when do we actually take time out of our schedule to do it? Because not everybody is on the same schedule. Ray says morning and evening, and if you're here for the first time, we'd love for you to go to our Facebook page, click like, and follow us, because you'll know when we're live. We are live through the week, and we try to maintenance that. So our maintenance is not like we're on top of things all the time, but we're regular. We're regular. And so what about you? What are you doing to maintenance yourself? It makes us feel better. How many of you feel better after a great shower? How many of you?
I do.
Yeah. How does it make you feel if there was
It makes me feel it makes me feel refreshed. Like it's like I got everything that was from yesterday off, and now I can start my day. It makes me feel like I'm ready.
Yeah. Showers do that. You know, when we decide that we want to self-maintenance, it feels exactly the way Trish described it. It feels like you've gotten everything off and you're ready to restart. So, we're going to talk about maintenance and being able to keep up with it. Keeping up with this. It is different from self-caring and self-maintenance. Ray says, good showers have me happy and hyper. ready, ready to face the world, huh? So, how are we doing in this area? Let's think about that. When you self-care, oftentimes when you are young, you might have to remind, or your parents may have to remind you to shower. That's all normal. When somebody has to tell you to shower or take care of yourself, that is not self-care. But maintenance is the ability to do something on a regular basis. Self-maintenance, guys, it is keeping up with your needs. Sometimes we can do something too much. Taking care of yourself. Self-maintenance. How much sleep are you getting? How much emotions? Right now I'm working on my emotions and being able to express them. Are you shocked because I said that? Right now, self-maintenance for me is working on my emotions and learning how to correct, not allowing people to say I'm mad when I'm not mad. We've learned appropriation words, and I want to talk about this in self-maintenance for a reason. Because people will label you. But if you don't stay awake and aware, people will start to dictate to you how you feel. So I want you to be like that car, and I want you to sit in the driver's seat when it comes to your emotions. When people say, oh, you're mad. I had to tell somebody that the other day. I'm not mad. You just hurt my feelings. You see how self-maintenance come into play? Because they want to label you. And so I'm being more aware of what self-maintenance is. How are you guys doing in that area of self-maintenance when it comes to your emotions? We're going to just talk about that for just a few minutes. How are you all doing? Are you able to tell somebody how you're really feeling? Because this is what Vibe Talk is all about. Keeping your emotions in check, being aware of it, and being able to say to someone, I am upset, or I feel joy, or I feel pain, or you hurt my feelings. Are you capable of being able to self-maintenance yourself? We're talking about you. Taking
I'm working
the
on that.
What part of that are you working on? Go ahead.
I'm working on the part of expressing like my emotions, telling people how I feel because I'm not very like upright about that. I'm not direct. I rather stay silent in solitude for about a couple of days before I tell somebody, I didn't like the way that you approached me and things like that. So I'm working on just being upfront about how other people make me feel.
Right. So let me ask you. Ray says emotion work in progress. Love it. Thank you guys for your honesty because it's important. Is it an easy thing to do? What would you all say?
No.
No. But we have to remember, even though it's not easy, that that's taking care of us. When we're glad that we spoke up, maybe you're not straightforward. Maybe you're not as open. But it's going to be, once you can express your emotion, even if it's one word, you're going to feel like the shower that you took. You're going to have that same effect because everyone will know, okay. Just like I had someone tell me that I was mad at them when I was not mad at them. The appropriation of the feeling was, you hurt my feelings. I was able to say that, and it has made me feel so good. Now, as that is part of taking care of yourself and maintaining we're keeping up with ourselves, how much time would you say, because we talked about a shower, how much time do you spend reflecting. Anybody? Reflecting. You see a flower outside, do you pass by it? I know some of you probably do or don't. Or do you look at the detail to appreciate life? Or when you see, the other day, I saw a squirrel and I was sitting on my couch and I'm looking out the window. The squirrel was sitting on top of my patio, apartment patio. That's reflection. When you can say, wow, did you see that? Or a bird coming into a bird feeder, self-maintenancing as you are reflecting. Many people will call it meditation. Here's what I don't want you to do. Empty your thoughts. I want you to keep your thoughts and I want you to reflect on your purpose. Come a little closer. I said I wanted you to reflect your thoughts and keep your thoughts instead of emptying them. Ray says, whole day and on old habits and analyze where I could do better. Yeah, reflecting yourself. So how much time do you guys really spend on reflecting? Because when we're meditating on something, we're really thinking about it. Look it up. Because we need to put word appropriation where it belongs. We're meditating on something. We're taking in thought. How much time do you spend doing that? Breathing, we learn how to deeply breathe in our Vibe Talk sessions. How many of you are focused on that? Or do you just do it when you're in here? What's the honesty in that? What's the honesty?
I actually practice on breathing, like by myself. I haven't before, but ever since I started coming to Vibe Talk, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. It does help. It helps me calm down a
Yeah.
lot.
Even when, you know what, even me sometimes, hold on, just one moment. Sorry for the background noise. Sorry guys, I am in the privacy of my own place. Now, when we think about exercise routine, people go to gym. They go to the gym. What do you do regularly to maintenance yourself again? Are there any people that are going to the gym?
I don't
No,
go to the gym, but oh, I'm sorry.
no, don't be sorry. This is your show.
No, I was saying I go to the gym, but I mean, I don't go to the gym, but I do work out. And my regular routine is to warm up before I work out. That's my
Warm.
regular.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else? Something you do regularly. Um, Needing to do consciously more walking. Yesterday, something happened to me that was very painful, but I got through it. All of a sudden, I just, one of my feet was having a lot of pain, and I literally had to stop what I was doing because I'm always doing stuff. Ray says walks and music and a bike ride helps relax. But mostly I sit outside in nature. Doing that regularly. Great. How about this one? When you were keeping up with maintenance, asking for and receiving help. How are we doing in that? I'll tell you right now, I hate to ask anybody for anything. But I have learned through life's unexpected circumstances that I have to ask if I want help. Were you going to say something?
Yes, I was. I was going to say I'm still working on that. Still working on that.
Yeah, yeah. Had a blown out tire Saturday morning, and I just hate it because it's like, okay, now I'm going to have to ask for help. Ray says, nope, ain't doing it. Why, Ray? Because I'm going to tell you mine. Why I hate to ask for help. He said, nope, ain't doing it. Sometime in your life, you are going to maintenance yourself to have to do it. Had a flat, my tire was not flat. My tire was completely blown. And my whole day was gone. It was very hot. I mean, here in the deserts in California, very hot. And so I said, well, I could either stay here or ask for help. The reason it's hard for me because I always think two things. Either people are going to think I'm a failure or that I can't do it. How about this one? When you call people and they say they can't help. I view that as a rejection. Do I need more maintenance? What would you guys say in that area? We're going to pick on me today. What would you guys say?
I'll say yes.
Yeah, yeah, because I was in an extreme situation. I didn't have to be from 7:30 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon without help. I just could not work on asking for help. And so when my friend got there, he said, why did you not ask? I was sitting at home doing nothing today. So you see what that got me? He almost heat stroke out there. Ray says that he doesn't want to ask because he feels like a burden and don't want to cause problems to loved ones. I get that totally. Yeah. How about maintaining yourself by walking outside? Trisha, I have to say you really do that. And I've watched your videos. And I'm going to say where you live, oh boy, it's beautiful. My mother has always talked about the Carolinas. And I think I would really enjoy that too. How are you guys doing taking a walk? I walk all the time. I walk all the time. How do you guys do that?
I have trouble walking sometimes because my left foot, I can't really strain it that much for walking long distance. But when I do walk, I have a brace because I need to walk, so I have a brace for my foot so I can walk better. But I try to walk regularly, and for a long distance, I try to walk because it's good exercise for me. It's good for my heart, so that's why I walk regardless.
Love that. Love that. Walking is good for you. Um, Yesterday I was having a bit of a problem. This morning I'm okay. So I think I've got something going on with my muscles. So that's being currently checked out medically. Uh, Ray says got a club foot, but still he's walking. I did too. I was born with that. I was born with that, so I understand that. And thanks to my mother for getting that all corrected. Ray and I can relate. Yeah, Ray. I had to have a lot of surgery, and it got corrected, and I can walk. And lately, I've just been having a lot of pain, and it's in my muscle of my foot. How about this one? Your thoughts. What are you doing with your thoughts to self-maintenance you? What are you doing with your thoughts? Everybody got quiet?
No, with my thoughts,
Yeah.
I usually put them in a song. Usually with my
Yeah.
thoughts, that's my way of reflecting. Doing music, I spend like an hour, 2 hours making music, so that's my reflective time.
Yeah. Yeah. Ray says journals. Ray, journaling our thoughts, that's one of the things that's on the list. Journaling our thoughts for self-maintenance. My son will say, Mom, you need to take better care of yourself. But I really do take care of myself when it comes to my thoughts. Because I will tell you, I'm learning again how to project my thoughts in a way that's going to benefit me keeping up with my self maintenance. And if you really listen, that's the thing. And I want to say this just as people are thinking about their mental and emotional health. It's important if you're under any doctor's care professionally to think about your thoughts, to be able to say how you really feel, because sometimes you can be under doctor's care and you're talking and they're not listening to you. Why? Because week after week you come in, and I know this from experience, and you tell them a story. But I want you, the next time that you have an appointment with a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a counselor, to be able to say the experience, you may need to write this down, and how it made you feel. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the more that you are talking, the more that you have to think about how it makes you feel. Because I could be saying, I walked my dog today. And, as I was walking my dog, I started to get really panicky. And I was so panicky that the man that says, can I help you? You got angry at. I just told you a scenario that may help you because you heard that the person was walking their dog and they started to panic. You didn't describe what made you panic. And I wish and I hope that there is more, and I want to say this, doctors to stop and ask pointed questions. Because otherwise, when you go and see these counselors, they can't help you if you don't allow them. Tell them what the feeling is. Now, if I said, I was walking my dog and I got really panicky, and I said, why were you panicking? And then you said, I was panicking because I remembered the last time that I walked my dog, there was a fast driver who ran on the curb and almost hit my dog. How many of you get this? Anybody understand this?
I do.
Yeah. Because then you're able to say, the reason why I have these panic attacks when I'm walking my dog is because the experience that I had prior to this was that I remembered my dog almost got hit. You have to access your feelings. Good morning to all that are coming in. What are you thankful for? And we're working on self-maintenance. See, you're taking care of your mind and body system because you're able to tap it on to what's going on with you. You're telling your story, but why are those feelings? And I'm going to say to every doctor, medically, every clinical psychologist, every counselor, the why is important. And that's what we do in Vibe Talk. We talk about the why. The why is for wellness. The wins are for wellness. And the what's are for wellness. And we encourage that today. So on your maintenance, do you see how it's different? Self-care is recognizing that you need to do it, and self-maintenance is when you're going to do it. Everybody get that? Get that? So we encourage everyone, you know, sometimes we're thrown in the thrust of life. I know for me, life is busy. I get pretty busy, but I have to stop and I have to really sit down and reflect. I want you to do an exercise with me, and I want you to put your hands together. Good morning and welcome to the program. This is Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. We're encouraging everyone that comes in to think about what you're grateful for and how do you self-maintenance you. So the exercise today is putting your hands together as if you're going to pray. And we're going to put our hands together. And today we're going to think about the staying well, the maintenance part of ourselves. And we're going to put our hands together and we're going to be able to say, I want you to think for a moment. I'm going to give you a moment of silence. Are you ready? We're going to be thinking about what it is that we need to maintenance more. I'm going to give you a moment of silence. When we're thinking about ourselves, let's first give ourselves permission. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give myself permission to rest. Even when I'm not feeling well, I tell myself I must keep going. That is not good. So as I have my hands together, I need to give myself permission to stop when I'm not okay. One of the things that my younger son asked me yesterday, he said, Mom, are you okay? He knows something about me, that no matter how sick, how tired, how painful, I'm going to keep pushing until I can't push anymore. And I did this yesterday, and I was really hurting. So as I fold my hands, I want to say to you, I give myself permission to take in consideration myself. I'm going to give myself permission. Ray and Trish, what are you going to do as you put your hands together? And I want you to start the sentence like this. I give myself permission. I'm listening.
I give myself permission to be more confident. I also give myself permission to speak on my emotions when I'm angry instead of taking it out on people, to actually say I'm mad. I'm upset about this. I'm actually hurt about this, instead of dismissing it.
While you're doing this exercise, please keep your hands together. Because some of us are praying people. I am. And even if you're not, what you're doing right now is learning how to access yourself by asking and requesting. Oh, I love that. Jay, thank you. Jay says, I give myself permission to grow spiritually. I love that, Jay. Thank you. Jay, where are you from, please? And thank you. We always like to know because we love our cities and our states, and we want you guys to know that we're really here. This podcast has brought us so many good things. We just keep going, don't we, Trish? What are you giving yourself? Marilyn, thank you so much. And that's what we want. When you guys come here, just join in, just like Jay did and Ray and all the others. Just join in the conversation so you won't forget us. Guess what? We have YouTube. We want you to go to YouTube, subscribe. It's nothing to subscribe, as you all know, and go and click on our Facebook page, please. Ray, what are you giving yourself permission to do? And I want you to keep your hands in a praying position, because I know that when we ask for something, it is hard to ask. We've established that. But sometimes we need things for ourselves, just like Trish talked about the anger. Sometimes I'm angry because I haven't spent enough time. And then my kids will say, Mom, why are you so mad? Because I need to express to them how I feel, and I get that part. But because I don't want them to know that I'm hurting in a physical way, in an emotional way, I skip the emotion. But I have to give myself permission first before I can tell them what is going on. Jay, thank you so much. We are Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. Today is Wednesday Wellness. Our podcasts are streaming all over the place. please take a listen. We want you to jump right in the conversation. For you to do it more, go to our Facebook page where we are live. We are live. We're going to be right back as we understand the difference between self-care and self-maintenance. We'll see if you got it. We're going to be right back after this commercial break with Trisha's Treasures.
Go check your favorite streaming platforms. Feel free to be interactive and tell us your stories. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, YouTube, and so much more. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. Go give it a shot. Facing my eyes, facing my eyes.
We're back with Facing the Lion podcast, and I'm going to turn it over to Trisha's Treasures.
So 3 days ago, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning from a nightmare, and it was about something I was thinking about before I went to sleep. I was very restless. It was my subconscious speaking to me. So I was battling on my confidence before I went to sleep, and when I went to sleep, I saw the reality of it in a dream. And when I woke up, I decided to write in my journal about what the dream was and how it made me feel and what could possibly be the issue of why I dreamt the dream that I dreamed. And because I did that, it made me feel better because I wasn't going to go to sleep after that. But an hour after journaling, I went to sleep because I felt peace after I got the feeling that I
Good
felt
morning.
from off my chest. And I say that to say when when I'm taking less care of myself,
Howdy.
I cannot just dismiss it, because even when I pretend I don't know that I'm taking less care of myself, my body always knows. The mind always knows. And that's the amazing thing about it. And it always shows either in my thoughts or when I think it's at the back of my mind. It also shows when something bothers me, when something triggers me, it pops up out of nowhere. And that just makes me think about, oh, I need to do some reflecting. I need to check myself, because that's what will help me deal with certain things. It's like when you're in the class and the janitor comes inside the classroom and the maintenance and the teacher's like, move out the way, move the desk. He's checking the light bulbs. That's what we need to do when we are dealing with something. We need to check our mindset or check our light bulbs. Not just spring clean only when it's springtime, but actually deal with the cluttered thoughts inside of our minds. Because when our minds have more space and are more open, we have more peace and more calming to our lightning and rainy days. So take care of yourself, and when your body is telling you, I need to take care of myself, please listen to it, please. Because coming from me, as a person that doesn't listen to my body most of the time, I always suffer the consequences when I don't have to. And I'm working on that. And being a work in progress, I'm still working for the progress.
Thank you for that. Those of you who have just come in, Jay, don't go anywhere. I can see your comments. And I want to tell you before I read this that Vibe Talk is always out to reach you. And we do one-on-ones. We also do group like this, but if you want to talk to me by yourself, that's available to you. Just go ahead and click on Vibe Talk on social medias and get a hold of me, and we can set an appointment. Jay said, I just struggle with, he says, I just struggle with temptation a lot, and it slowly kills me to submerge myself in water a lot and find some scripture that pertains to what I'm experiencing. Yeah, I'm a Bible reader, and I'll tell you what, I understand it, and there's a lot of things in the Bible. If you're a Bible reader, the answers are there. Jay says that reminds me of something from, I believe it was in Proverbs. The eyes are the lamp of the body. Yes. And if you see light, you have it inside you. If you only are in darkness, you will have darkness inside you. So check your light bulbs. Check your eyes. I love that. Thank you so much. Don't you just love that? That's refreshing. And thank you for Trisha's Treasures. Also, if you want to hear more of Trisha's Treasures, go right to our YouTube page and you're going to see some very fun things that she's done. Ray, he says, I give myself permission to open up, to be able to express my feelings and thoughts. I give myself permission to grow spiritually and to be able to continue living no matter how much pain I have. No matter how much pain I have. He says, I give myself permission to let go and smile and to be loved, whether a friend or family or even sometimes someone special. And don't let the negative thoughts cloud your mind. God has have faith and believe in you. So do I. I think you should believe in yourself too. Also hope you have a more clean mind after that ordeal. Everyone, I hope you will take care of yourself. And he's encouraging you to rest after a long day of working. It's always best to know you did your best today. There's always tomorrow. Jay, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And that was for you, Trish. I want to say one thing. Ray, and as I lead this group, I want to say to you, Ray, that you've done just that. You are more open. There are some days, and I got to tell you guys this, that Ray will send a message. You're doing wonderful, Ray. And I'm so proud of all of you who have come here and done the work. Here's a fun assignment for those who are streaming us. You know the thing about now you may take your hands apart. If you missed any of the segment, We keep reminding you to go to Facebook. It's going to be on Facebook, and it's going to be streaming wherever you're listening to your podcast. iHeartRadio streams this, so everybody is familiar. You can live in Godzilla, Mizzou, if there was such a thing. And if you've got iHeartRadio, you just find our podcast. It's being recorded. If you understood about the hands being clasped, we see that as praying hands. If you were to see that image, I want you to draw an image of your hands and what you're giving yourself permission to do. Now, for some of you, this is going to be a challenge, but I want to challenge you. I want you to create. Don't forget the hands. Good morning for those of you who have joined. Please let us know where you're from. Please and thank you. And as you do your art creativity, I want you to label what you give yourself permission for. The reason why we're having you do this is because Trish is absolutely putting it up in our community board on Vibe Talk. By the way, Trish, I saw your thing that you did about yourself. I love that. Thank you so much. And I'm hoping to see that on YouTube. Doing the work in here helps you to get out the emotions. I want both of my kids to come in here and be able to sit, because I can frustrate them. And I know that they love me, but I have to work on giving myself permission. A lot of things I don't want them to know when I'm sick or when I'm not feeling good. So I'm irritated because I'm not feeling good. And I say this because if you've got a family, encourage them to come and hear what you hear. It is guaranteed to work. So with those hands, because we know what praying hands look like, I want you to give yourself permission. And when you're feeling on a bad day, I want you to put your hands together and give yourself permission. Because when you look at those hands, they belong to you. And we know that with those hands, you can self-maintenance. I want to thank my amazing co-host, Trish. Thank you so much. Very powerful in the Trish's Treasures. You guys can hashtag that. Give her that support. She also is a musician. Give her that support and listen to her music. You will find it very inspiring. And Trish is responsible for our opening credits for sound and our closing credits. She's responsible for that. And we're so grateful to her for that. Wednesday Wellness, you've been with me for the last hour. I challenge you to self-maintenance. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day and a great Wednesday. We'll see you right here next time on Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. Good morning, Princess Key. Good morning. Nice to see you. If you missed our program, do me a favor. Go to Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. It's there just as soon as I let go. And thank you for joining us. You can hear today's podcast and comment, guys. That's what they're there for. You can comment in the comments. Any questions you have, you know how to reach me. Have a good day, and you're very welcome.
vibe with it. I really took my time with it. I really love the ride with it. Really got the vibe with it. I took my time with it. I really love the ride with it. You can really see I'm really you. When you get the vibe with it. Yeah, when you get the vibe with it. Yeah. Yes. Just say something. It's a